Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my channel HAIRLICIOUSLY. If you guys are new, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so that you are updated on the latest videos pertaining to hair transplants, my hair loss topics, my minoxidil beard journey, and any other hair loss treatments in the pipelines. And if you guys want to slow down hair loss and possibly even reverse it and regrow hair, check out my microneedling device, which is proven to help stimulate hair growth, increase collagen production, and also helps with blood circulation in the scalp. Now, a week ago, there was an article online that talked about an Indian guy who died after having a 12-hour hair transplant. He was an Indian businessman named Sharan Kumar Chaudhary who ran a logistics firm, and he passed away after having a 12-hour hair transplant procedure in Mumbai, India. Apparently, shortly after his procedure, he was complaining about neck pain, and so he was given some painkillers and antibiotics. But he ended up suffering from breathing problems and he was taken to the hospital where he died the following day from multiple organ failure triggered by a suspected allergic reaction. So the 43-year-old had paid 500,000 rupees, which is about $7,000 USD. And he apparently had asked his doctor for 9,000 grafts in a single session, which is more than 3 times the recommended amount. Now, $7,000 is also a pretty expensive price, especially in India. So it really makes me think that this doctor that performed the hair transplant was a pretty good one and well experienced. But we will go ahead and cover that in a later video. Even 3,000 grafts can sometimes be pushing it because that's actually a huge number of grafts for a single session. So that's anywhere from, let's say, 7,000 to 10,000 hairs. Now, the doctor that treated him, Dr. Vikas Hawai, who is the dermatologist, he admitted to police that Mr. Chaudhary started to develop complications after 3,700 grafts. His death has actually been listed as accidental, and doctors claim that he actually had a severe allergic reaction, also known as anaphylactic shock, which was probably the most likely explanation. My speculation is that the allergic reaction may have happened from the anesthetic or sedation, since the patient underwent 3,700 grafts and he probably needed some extra doses during his 12-hour hair transplant procedure. Now, 12 hours is a lot. So I googled the doctor's clinic and I came across one called Skin and Hair Clinic, which appeared to be his clinic since it was also located in Mumbai and it was associated with his name. But he didn't have a website, so I really couldn't find out much information about him. So I couldn't find any before or after photos. But based on some reviews on Facebook and also some sources online, most of them were pretty positive, and this guy had years and years of experience. This is obviously a very sad case since people who undergo hair transplants don't really think about the possibility of dying, and this is probably one of the last things that would ever come across their minds. But in 2016, there's also another Indian named Santosh Kumar who also underwent a hair transplant in India, and he also died after his procedure. This guy died at the sheer negligence of an unqualified doctor, and according to various sources online, the doctor wasn't even present after administering anesthesia. He also wasn't equipped with the proper qualifications, and the doctor ignored the patient even when he said that he was suffering from drowsiness and a fever. So Kumar ended up at the ICU where he also suffered from multiple organ failure, and he also had a cardiac arrest. Kumar also had organ failure due to delayed anaphylaxis, which most likely was triggered by anesthesia as well. Dying during a hair transplant isn't really likely. These examples do show the risks and complications that are associated with getting a hair transplant, let alone getting any type of surgical procedure. What are some things that you guys can do to prevent something like this from happening during a hair transplant? Well, first of all, you want to know your triggers. So if you've actually had, it's important to know exactly what triggered it, and you want to make sure to disclose everything you possibly know to your doctor. You obviously want to avoid such triggers. This can include food allergies, types of medications that you guys take. And after having a hair transplant, if you notice any discomfort or any symptoms that you would normally experience, such as fever, headaches, a lot of swelling, make sure to go ahead and seek medical help. Now, some of the more common side effects that you guys would experience after a hair transplant would be swelling on the face, because a lot of times the anesthesia wears out, and due to gravity it actually pulls down to your face and it can cause puffiness. Some people do see some bruising around their eyes, even on the mouth down towards the neck. Other common side effects include numbness on the back of the scalp. I actually had numbness for months. especially in the areas where they actually removed the grafts from my donor zone. I had no sensation or feeling in the back of my scalp for about 5 or 6 months, and slowly it came back. So right now I actually have full sensation, but that is actually one of the common side effects that people undergoing a hair transplant would experience. Other people do experience shock loss, inflammation or infection of the hair follicles, dryness on the scalp, itchy scalps. So these are usually minor and they normally clear up within a few days to a few weeks. So overall, hair transplants are relatively safe, provided that you go to a good reputable doctor who is experienced in hair transplantation. But at the same time, it's also sad to think that sometimes, this is coming from me, somebody who is passionate about hair loss research, hair transplant topics and everything like that. But then again, I think sometimes how something so superficial like hair can impact somebody so much. And if this guy didn't really care about his hair, he would still be alive today. And I also think that in the article, they did mention that the patient didn't even tell his parents that he was going to get a procedure done. And that's also a lot of the same situation that we are in. A lot of people don't really tell other people. We are afraid. And a lot of people are ashamed to lose hair. And it's crazy what some people will do just to get their hair back. And I'm not saying that we should all just, go bald, because I'm totally for hair and for hair transplants and looking to better ourselves and improving our appearance. But, every now and then it really gets me thinking, and ultimately it comes down to this. I think people are social animals and we really care about what other people think about us. Sometimes it's just sad to hear stories like this. I send my condolences to this guy's family and his friends, and that's pretty much it for today. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave me some comments, or you can email me at hairliciously@gmail.com. And talk to you guys next time. Take care.